I'm Mason Pelt for Push ROI, and I don't plan on writing a business book anytime soon, but if I did, the book would probably be called From Terrible to Simply Average. The title is a play on the book Good to Great by Jim C. Collins. Good to Great is about how good companies become great ones. And my summary of Collins' book is get the right people onto your team, the wrong people off of your team, and hire as much talent as possible. Just inject an endless stream of talent directly into the corporate veins. It maybe sounds like I'm mocking Collins's book. I'm not. Good to Great is, while somewhat tedious, one of the best business books I've read. My idea is just much more granular. I don't want to examine an entire company. I want to examine individual efforts, channels, and processes. I've seen no shortage of time spent optimizing what is already good while ignoring the things which are well below average. Much is said about companies focusing on their unique advantage and doubling down on what works. So I want to do my best to head off those discussions because that's not really what I'm talking about. Some years ago, Push ROI took over online ads management for an upstart medical weight loss provider. The ads became incredibly successful incredibly quickly. Within the first week, we were getting $3 cost per leads, actually sub $3 cost per leads. With the possible exception of ads for divorce attorneys, these are still the highest ROI ads I have ever seen. The problem was most marketing channels and most business processes were well below average. People were no showing appointments because they weren't getting calls or emails confirming their appointments. Google Maps and Yelp addresses were wrong. No one really had a plan to recruit the licensed but non-medical staff that were needed to operate these clinics. And instead of fixing those problems, the executives in the company pushed to do better. Just make the ads do better. Essentially, it was like the conversations I hear about encryption: nerd harder, just make it work. The problem was the ads were really good. There wasn't much room for improvement. Eventually, PushROI was able to get marketing automation set up, and we reduced the no-show rates by approximately 80%. With the CRM set up, we were able to increase the conversion rate by about 30%. Objectively, both the marketing automation and CRM implementation were only average, maybe slightly below. Everything from the email sequence to the scripts that were used by the team calling people needed to improve, but the value was huge in going from awful to simply all right. Like most startup ventures, that company ultimately petered out. The company grew top heavy, marketing budgets got slashed, new locations were opened while existing locations were just understaffed. The mistakes made by this company are partly chronicled through lawsuits, and they could probably fill a business textbook. But my lesson is pretty simple. You can get an incredible amount of value by taking what is terrible and making it average. And to be honest, you probably get more value from taking something that is a failing grade or a D and getting it up to a C or C plus than you do in going from an A to an A plus. I do understand that it seems innate within humans to want to improve things that are working. You want to double down on that. And I have no shortage of examples of companies wanting this. This same conversation. We need to fix your Google Maps listings rather than trying to improve your Facebook ads is said a lot of times, or that we need to improve your Facebook ads rather than spending more money in Google because that's where the loss is. People don't want that. And I get it. But going from bad to all right is the key to unlocking just an obscene level of value. It's why I would write the book. It's not sexy, and you probably won't get to present your all right company at a business conference or marketing world or something. But that is how you make money. Examine what is fundamentally not working and fix the leak rather than focusing on making what is working exceptionally well impossibly successful.